You know, it's kind of weird that in some ways Black Ops 4 Zombies is a lot more customizable than any other zombies that we've had in the past couple years, but in other respects, specifically in the whole attachment department and the perk department, due to some questionable fundamental changes like removing Juggernaut, Double Tap, and Speed Cola, it does feel kind of empty, but I digress. My point being, with the whole new level of customization, some weapons in Black Ops 4 have these attachments known as operator mods. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth into these things. Basically, to kind of break it down, if you were to equip an operator mod, it takes 2 attachment slots versus the normal 1, and it ultimately affects your weapon statistics and how it operates. Like, some weapons might have increased fire rate. The Swordfish, for example, is a burst firing weapon, and its operator mod adds an extra bullet for each burst, and so on and so forth. There's also operator mods that add bayonets to the end of the gun. Now, like I said, the catch of the whole operator mod is the fact that you have to completely max out your weapon, and it does take up 2 attachment slots, which really isn't too much of a big deal inside of zombies. The only catch here is that it takes forever to rank up guns in Black Ops 4. At least I personally feel like they take a long ass time. But the operator mod in question today is the Dragon Breath. This is the mod that's tied to the Mach 12 pump action shotgun, and again, you can only gain access to these once the weapon in question is fully maxed out. Now, the cool thing about the mod is not only is it a wall weapon inside of every single map, but you can also have it as your starting weapon, so you can rank it up relatively fast. But the whole purpose of the Dragon Breath operator mod is that it has the Mach 12 fire Incendiary rounds, and the cool thing is that every single shot is automatically going to light the zombie on fire if it doesn't kill it. So it's not like Blast Furnace, or in this game Firebomb, where there's a chance of it going off. It's going to go off every single shot no matter what. And similar to Blast Furnace and again Firebomb in this game, the zombie's going to burn every single second, and you're going to get points for that. So not only are you getting a gun that has increased damage output with a burning effect and increased damage output towards special zombies like Brutus and Mob of the Dead, the Warriors, or the Brawlers here inside of 9, and whatever Voyage of Despair has, but you're also going to be getting a little extra points on the side for that burning effect in case the zombies don't die immediately. Now, before I go any further, I do want to get this out of the way. This stats, or what I'm about to share, was done on the normal difficulty setting. If you're going to play in casual, it does seem like the lethality of the weapon of your choice is going to last a little bit longer. It's not going to require as much ammunition as fast, and the same thing works but in the opposite way. If you're going to play on a harder difficulty like hardcore or realistic, it does seem like more ammunition is going to be required to kill a zombie even on lower rounds, because those settings are a little more challenging. I do also want to say that some of the weapons inside of Black Ops 4 do appear to be a little bit inconsistent. I noticed sometimes with the MOG at the same exact distance hitting the zombie in the same exact part of the body, sometimes it would take 1 shot to kill, other times it might take 2. But I also noticed this with other weapons like the ICR, Swordfish, and the Hades, just to name a few off the top of my head. But with that being said, the Mach 12 with the Dragon Breath equipped is a 1-shot kill up until about round 9. That's without pack-a-punching it, and that's without shooting for the head. You can hit them anywhere at the body, round 9 or lower, and it's going to be a 1-shot. And it does also appear that if that 1-shot doesn't kill the zombie, which typically would happen if you're either firing the MOG at a really long distance, or somehow you got a collateral shot and it killed the zombie in front, but the zombie behind was lit on fire, then the Dragon's Breath Incendiary rounds will make quick work of that zombie. I'd say basically at this point the MOG is pretty much overkill, since everything's going to be a 1-shot. The Brawler zombies are about 2 to 3 shots, and the Champion zombies, which are the ones with armor all around them that throw the axes, are roughly 5 shots. Again, this is without pack-a-punching. If you are to pack-a-punch, then everything becomes a 1-shot again, all the way up until about round 16. Now, since the MOG is again a wall weapon and the ammunition for it is dirt cheap, then when you pack-a-punch it for the first time, you should be able to double pack it at least once, if not 2 times, to get that extra damage boost. In case you guys didn't know, double tap was removed out of Black Ops 4, but in order to compensate for that, Treyarch made it where you can actually double pack-a-punch a weapon 4 times after packing it the initial time, and you can do that 4 times. So it takes a grand total of pack-a-punching the same weapon 5 times in order to max out its total damage output. And with the MOG being pretty much a powerful weapon, I recommend doing this as soon as possible, so that way you're already pretty much set up for higher rounds. Now, once you max out the MOG and pack-a-punch it the 5 times, then from whatever round you end up doing that on to about round 30, the Brawler zombies, which are the zombies that are basically shirtless, have the helmet and, you know, the machetes or the knives on the end of their hands, are a consistent 2-shot kill, and the Champion zombies are a 3 to 5 shot kill. Most likely 3 to 4 if you're pretty close and you keep hitting them in the exact same spot. If you're a little further away, then it's going to take much more ammunition, well, an extra shot or 2, because, you know, it is a shotgun. If you're further back, then the gun's not going to be putting out the total damage output that it can be. I do also want to say that zombies are a complete 1-shot until about round 28-29. At that time, it's a 2-shot to the body, 1 shot to the head. By about round 31, 32, it's a 2-shot to the head. And again, all of this stuff is captured on the normal difficulty setting of playing solo. And I am speaking in terms of being as close as possible. Again, if you're a little further back, then it's going to take an extra shot or two in order to kill a zombie. If you're playing with more people, I'd imagine it might be knocked down a round or two. If you're playing casual, I can't honestly tell you how long it goes. I played co-op, and it was a 1-shot kill all the way until about round 44, 45-ish. I do also want to say that if you decide to play casual, that you still level up even past rank 20. I'm not too sure where that came from, but yeah, you're still able to rank up your weapons, rank up your overall level and everything. I think the only catch is you can't do the main Easter egg, and I think you're earning XP at a slower rate than if you were playing on a harder difficulty. I'm not 100% sure on that. It just seems like that's the way it is. But I was playing on casual. It was a co-op game, and the MOG 12 with the Dragon Breath equipped did appear to be a 1-shot until about round 44, 45-ish. But the amount of shots towards the champions and the brawlers were the same. It also seems like it doesn't do too much of a difference in overall damage towards the Blightfather, which is the big ass mini boss in 9. But honestly, with the way that the fire rate is on the MOG, it's just not really overall a good weapon of choice to try to put it down with to begin with. But here in some closing notes, it does seem like this was a good operator mod for this weapon. It does seem to make it a little bit more of a worthwhile gun, especially when you come across the more difficult zombies, or even if you're weaker and not able to 1 or 2 shot these zombies, then you can always just hit them once or twice with the Incendiary round and just let them burn to farm points that way. It does seem like that can be a pretty good way to try and farm points for a very cheap price, considering the MOG is only 1,000 points, 500 points to restack its ammunition, and you could just light up a zombie on fire, sit back, and try to rack up points that way. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Have you guys played with the MOG inside of zombies? Have you tried out the Dragon Breath in multiplayer or zombies? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Any tips or tricks or anything else that I may have forgotten, because Lord knows I always end up forgetting something. Feel free to share that stuff down in the comment section below, spark up some type of conversation. But like always, guys, my name is Cynic. Thank you all so much for watching this. I greatly appreciate it. But until next time, my friends, see you all later.